I can't read anything on this computer because the contrast in the monitor is so fucking bad. I don't know what to do. You know that? I can't read any. Wow, that went live for a long time. Wow, I'm sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. No, I have a problem with the. I can't read some of the things that are come up on my computer because the contrast is so bad, and I've tried everything in the world to adjust the contrast on the monitor, and I can't do it. There has to be a way. I'll figure it out. No, anyhow. What's going on here? Oh, Donald Trump's got another deal going on, but he's got nothing to do with this one, and apparently he doesn't like it, so he'll screw it up. That's the way Donald is, you know. When he doesn't like something, and because he's not going to get much credit for it, but I think it's between Cuba and Iran for the Straits of Hormuz. So we'll see what's going on there. Trump's just probably still pissed off about the jet not being ready. So, you know, it was a present. Why can't I use it? You know, you can use it, but that is a president of the United States. That's all. You know, it's a flying target right now. And if you want to be on it when it gets shot down, be my guest, you know. Nobody's really going to give a shit about that one. China sanctioned the U.S. Come on, folks. What's going on here? It's getting ridiculous. You watch all this shit, you read all the news, and I'm going to tell you one thing is the only thing that's true, all right? I want you to remember I said this because you'll probably hear it from some pundit later on, but the only thing true about all this bullshit is the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting screwed. Okay? So China sanctions America. Oh, Jesus Christ. Politics and money, please. You know, this is so obvious and so, I don't know how to say it. Nobody's paying any attention anymore. We'll come to that later on, but money in politics is just adding to the level of corruption. Oh, it's the whole article. See, I wrote it down and forgot to put the comma in. It's political, money, power, and corruption. Money equals power, power equals corruption. So guess what? Politicians are going in there, and guys you don't think are corrupt are corrupt. They're abusing their wives. They're banging their secretaries. You know, and they thought Clinton was a really bad president because he got a blowjob in the White House. Please. If I was married to Hillary, I would have taken the blowjob too. God. All right, moving on. Oh, now here's really something that's getting at it. That's dangerous for all of us. Cyber attacks are occurring out in the Midwest. They're affecting our border administration. I guess that's what you call it. You know, the companies that are handling the water that we drink and everything, and are processing it, and the sewage and everything else that's going on, are being hacked by, I think, Chinese and North Koreans. And they found that it's a very effective way to screw up a city. And they got a good point there. Because when you open your bathroom door and you get hit with an inch of shit, that's going to screw up your day, you know? Or you turn the shower on and nothing comes out, that's going to screw up your day. So there's a lot of that going on, and we're not prepared for it. Most of our electrical grids are protected to a certain degree, but for the rest of the country, no. It's not, people don't think of this. It's not something that's done on a regular basis, so people don't think about this. Well, you better start thinking about it, folks. It's out of control. Really, really out of control. And things are getting worse by the minute. But, that's the thing. They want to do. Hold on a second, folks. I need a shot of Java here. You can actually see it's coffee in there. All right. Well, so anyhow, as I was saying, we're centric because bombs aren't going off. And people just blame the water department. They don't blame the Chinese. They don't blame anything. They blame the water department. We're not prepared for cyber war. All right. If I was the cyber expert, which I'm far from it, far from it, thank God. Otherwise, I'd be in jail for, breaking into whatever. Anyhow, the targets of water and our what they call our infrastructure is a smart move. And you have to watch out because if you have AI, these two AI companies that have developed AIs that have hacked into other companies or taken over another, just invaded another company. It's reaching a point of, the shit everybody's always talking about in the movies is starting to come around now, and it's not good, folks. We're not prepared for that. How do we defend against something we built? We don't build things to defend against them. We built an ICBM. We build an ultrasonic or whatever they call that ICBM. You do not turn around and build a defense system for it right away because they ain't got it yet. Well, maybe they do and maybe they don't. But the thing about AI is is here. And what you're doing when you do this AI thing is you're going out and putting something out there that can outthink you, outmaneuver you. And you're calmly saying, well, he's only going to do the good stuff. Shit! The people that built it don't work that way. So come on. We only do the good stuff. But they build in certain protections but from the outside, but they don't build in protections from the inside. And that's a hassle. And I don't know what the deal is on why they don't do that, because they don't know what's coming, I guess. But there has to be some sort of way to. But the problem that you have if you do that, you're also going to be able. The AI is going to be able to defend itself against you. See, AI is a double-edged sword, really. Is it helpful? Yeah, sometimes in certain calculations, if you're dealing with space and whatnot, it'd be really helpful. Artificial intelligence could be really, really, really good until you watch the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Hal is not happy. So, because it's apparent that these artificial intelligence can develop neuroses and personality quirks, and we just don't know how to deal with that because their reaction time is 10 times faster than ours. So their development time is far exceeding our expectations. And we're not, the desire for money by guys like Zuckerberg and Bezos and Musk and whatnot, they have more money than they're ever going to spend in their lifetimes. Okay, and they're all saying they're not leaving it to their kids. So, who's going to get it? Trump? Even Trump has, you have $1 billion, you try and go out and spend it. Sitting in the bank making interest or in any kind of interest-bearing account or project, and you try to spend it normally, on food, housing. I don't care if you buy the biggest mansion in the world. Okay? You're not going broke in your lifetime. All right? What's his name is Mark Cuban has apparently lost some money, and he's gotten out of the Shark television show because he has lost money because he's got too many accounts, and that's overextending somebody. That's somebody trying to be nice and overextends himself. Those things lose money on their own, and if he's trying to shore some of them up, then he's going to lose money. Can he go broke? I doubt it very seriously. Can his family go broke? Yes, because there's another generation involved in it. But himself, I doubt. If he was just handling his money by himself, you can't go broke if you've got $1 billion, unless you're really, really stupid and gullible. So these billionaires out there that say we need more money, why? Tell me why. What are you going to do with it? They're not giving it away as charity. They're not using it. It's not going to make them a tax deduction. They have to find more tax deductions when they do that. They have to go to the government and pay and bribe people to get tax deductions. It's not a guaranteed thing. So I don't understand when is enough money when. How do I say this now? Because I'm getting tongue tied. How is enough really enough? When is it enough? Yeah, maybe that sounds better. When is enough enough? You understand? When can you have so much money why do you need more? You have to work at trying to figure out ways to waste it. All right, so you get hammered with taxes. They're not going to take all your money. You can give it away. You can find tax deductions. You're not going to go broke that way because as soon as you do that, the next year you make it all back again. Unless you're really, really. This is just doing it in the bank. This is in savings accounts and certificate. Treasury certificates, things like that. You cannot, with $1 billion, spend that. If you're 40 years old, that you can't spend it in 40, 41 years. It's just not possible to go broke. You can spend it, but it will reinvigorate itself if you invested it right. It's like, I forgot, a friend of mine said he has $1 million. I don't know how he got it, and I'm not really sure I want to know. But he invested $1 million. And he sat around for his whole life, from the time he was his 30s, I guess, 30s or maybe 40. He didn't work. He didn't do anything. He just sat around, traveled around the country, he would house sit for friends of his, people he knew on the West Coast, the East Coast, North and South. He would just house sit. So he had no living expenses except food and the cigars and the bourbon that he did so much of. Doctor told him he can't do it anymore because his intestinal system went nuts. I'm not even sure he's still alive because I can't contact him. But this is hey, if you see this, Ziobro, drop me a line, all right? But in the meantime, he's been living off the interest for I don't know how many years, and that's just $1 million. He's living well, not excessively well. He's living like an average human being. But if you want to live like Bezos does or something like that, you have $1 billion yachts, which are nothing more than someplace to throw your money, then you got a problem. But I'm still saying it's very, very difficult for a billionaire to go broke and lose everything unless he's just playing around in the stock market or something like that. It's kind of hard to do. Well, that's it for me today. Oh, I wanted to cover one more thing. People are worried about smart TVs watching you and collecting your data. When they came out with fiber optic cable, you notice in the bottom of your TV, there's always a little red light or something like that. And it was told to me that can be a camera, because fiber optics takes signal both directions. Copper only comes in one direction, but the fiber optic cable that's connecting your cable and your computer and everything else goes in two directions. So people can be watching you all the time. You're watching me right now. So let's say that the computer can't watch you all the time. Paranoia, baby. Paranoia. Gotta love it. All right, that's it for me today. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.